Okay, this is the Breville juice fountain, and I'm going to do some demonstration of how it works. But first I wanted to show some of the things I talked about on the post that I did at clickclack.com and how it is really simply put together. You can see there's only a few pieces here. You got the plunger piece, which, I mean, this thing's enormous. Look at the size of that. You can see that if I put it next to an apple is easily going to fit in that tube. I mean, it's just the whole thing will just fit right in. Then you got the top cover piece. That comes right off. And like I said, there's just no places for juice to kind of hide out and give you that gross brown stuff when you try to clean it up. It just will come right out. And then there's, of course, the centrifugal basket. That's in the same thing in the Juice Man and pretty much anything that's centrifugal. It's got the mesh where the juice kind of squeezes out from the vegetables that get all ground up. And you can see right here in the middle, I'm not going to touch it, but it's got two blades kind of back and forth before it hit the graters. On the Juice Man, it did not have those blades. It just has the graters, which worked okay, but I think the blades really do it one up. Oh well, let me take that off. And then you got the bowl. Now the inside of the bowl is where the centrifugal piece goes, where the juice comes out that hole there. And then you'll see, instead of having a basket where all the waste comes out, it actually gets stuck in here. And it actually can hold quite a bit. I've been able to fill this container here full of juice, and it'll just keep all the pulp inside here without a problem. Putting it back together is really easy too. Probably the hardest thing to clean is the basket, and it comes with a brush that you don't really need. You can just actually use a sponge, and it cleans up pretty quickly. This just fits right on, and you just like throw it right on like that. And then it's got a locking mechanism that you throw in like this. Actually, you could use two hands to do it, but it locks in here and on the other side. And then the plunger just kind of sits in. And as I said, this thing has it comes with this container, and it sits right under the spout. And you actually want to have this thing and not put a glass, because you'll see the juice, when I show you when this thing runs, the juice comes spraying out of there pretty fast. And if you have a glass, it's going to probably make a mess. Now the juice I'm going to do with it, and it's pretty much my standard that I do. And this, by the way, before you look at this and say, wow, he's going to drink all that, well, that's actually, I'm going to be making juice for two with this. So it's a bunch of really dark leafy greens. I got spinach and kale here. And then I throw that in first to really make sure that it gets all the juice that I can out of it. I use the ginger. I do a big chunk of that. It gives it a good spice, and it's good for your digestion. Then I throw in a whole apple. Now with the Juice Man, I used to cut this thing up so it would fit in the tube. And with this thing, I mean, it just takes the whole thing in. Now, Deb had said that I should probably note that I know that seeds in an apple are supposedly poisonous, but you know, they're pretty much getting thrown out of the juicer, and I would imagine you'd have to have a whole lot of apple seeds to make yourself even sick. So I'm not really worried about it, and a lot of people just throw a whole apple in a juicer anyway. And then after that, just carrots. So it's a carrot, apple, kale with some ginger, and so it's pretty basic, and it's really good. It's really delicious. You know, it's almost too sweet, and that's why, I mean, sometimes I would throw 2 apples in, but I won't with this. And so you'll see how easy it is. Now, it's a lot quieter than the Juice Man too. I'll turn it on, and it just sounds pretty loud, but actually, believe it or not, it's quieter than the Juice Man. Now, one thing you'll notice is this thing is so fast that things will come flying out of here if I don't carefully keep my hand on top and I'm throwing all the greens in at once, you can see. It'll fit it all easy. And I don't want to put my hand in too far because, yeah, it could fit. You can see how the juice comes spraying out of it. It's air, actually, There's actually air shooting out of there. It's so powerful. Now I'll throw the ginger in. Now this is another thing. I'll throw this in. You'll see it bounce around. I gotta actually throw my hand on top. And it just ate that thing up like it was butter. Now the whole apple. I love this part. Done. Now for carrots. It's just annihilating these things. See the juice spraying out of there. I'll throw 2 carrots in at once. Now you can see a little spinach came flying out when I was doing it, but that's about it. And that's it. You can see how much juice I got out of that. It's a lot of foam in there, but looks like about 15 ounces, maybe 10 to 15 ounces out of that. Plenty for 2 of us. And you can see all the pulp got caught on the sides, just like that. And it's really easy to clean up. You just pull this basket out. I mean, I can just take it off really easily with one hand. And then you just dump that pulp out in your composter. Of course, yeah. You want to make sure all the juice is out of it first because I just poured it all over the place. But anyway, that's it.